Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time you see our program for able to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I'm gonna start with today's morning show. Alright, for the match we won't play against Nottingham Forest. So Paul Messin gonna predict how the game will go. So Paul Messin is of the opinion say Arsenal will beat Nottingham Forest 2-0. We'll do intake, see how the match will unfold. So Paul Messi makes Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest prediction with brutal and Postecoglou admission. So when you read the entirety of the report, so Baba how they continue to predict almost all the week's games. So it's after the sacking of Espirito Santos, I will take Forest. It will take Forest some time to get used to Ange Postecoglou. It's like chalk and cheese. Nuno made them tight at the back and relied on counter attack. But we know that how Postecoglou is someone who goes gung-ho with his approach. This Postecoglou, now man I know say, they play defensive football. They play 10 men behind the ball. Now attack. They do high line, you get. And for the fact that the Nottingham Forest, they go struggle a bit. All those Murillo them, they go struggle a bit to understand what this new manager wants from them. And that is where Arsenal will enjoy, you get. So don't be surprised if today's game is a high-scoring encounter, yes, because I think there will be so much spaces for Arsenal to exploit. But say as it did be now, if they give them a new system, they are playing inside the field of play, they still collapse back to their old ways. But more just to watch, yes. So at the end of the day, when you read continuously, Papa say Arsenal need to win because they have some tricky fixtures coming up. I expect the Gunners to get the job done at the Emirates Stadium. Merson went on to predict that Arsenal would win 2-0. You get. So I don't know what to saying because me personally, I see an Arsenal win on paper. You get, because nobody knows what's going to happen for the future. But for me, I'm projecting an Arsenal. In fact, we cannot afford not to win. Based on the fact we already did like 3 points behind Liverpool. And say this title race, if it is very, very tight, and at the same time, you can't afford to be loose guarding early on in the season. Yeah. So God forbid, say we go lose. But now 6 points because I expect Liverpool to beat Burnley in the grand scheme of things. So if we go draw, Baba, now 4 points don't be so we can't afford all those things. So ahead. Because when you can't look the next number of the quality of the games we'll get for front, Baba, Man City don't be shiri. Don't forget who they play City next. So and Champions League involved inside. So every game now is important. And we don't enter the calendar, obviously we'll play every 3-4 days. Look at the Chelsea's calendar. Chelsea will play like 4 games in 10 days. That is why they analyze our calendar. I tell you, say, everybody will experience it. Not be saying only us. Everybody will get a jam-packed calendar list. And look at the injury, this thing of Chelsea now. Today, they don't confirm, say, Liam Diller will get that injury. He will be out for 10 to 12 weeks or more. You get. So, everybody, don't touch everybody small. All right, even the Premier League. Sky Sports safe, then do their own prediction on how games will go. I can't check what them talk about the Arsenal game. Remember, say this game now early kickoff tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. You get. So when you look at me, say you couldn't get a more seismic shift in football philosophy from the pragmatism and safety of Nuno Espirito Santos to Ange Postecoglou's front foot philosophy. So say both managers, their approach is very, very different. They play on the safer side, counter attack, Elanga, but Elanga don't come out. Yes, they see by another winger. So now look at Postecoglou, they for say defend now head. Yes, even if they knock them 5-0, they go ahead. That's so now the man philosophy with that. So at the end of the day, I think Sky Sports when they talk say this match now I think 3-1. Them see Arsenal beating Nottingham Forest, but more just the decision anyhow way they go. We'll see that tomorrow now. Away from that. All right, so one of the former managers, not former manager, private coach of Noni Madueke, come for Talk Sports. When they talk about Noni Madueke, remember, say the agenda right now is that it's going to replace Bukayo Saka, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. So the guy can talk say Noni Madueke's ceiling is unlimited. So we never see anything. You get. Say this guy no come Arsenal to come become Benjamin members. No. Say no, the market ceiling is unlimited, and Arsenal fans that were unhappy with his signing will now be eating their words after his starting England role. You get. So when you read on this TalkSport reports, Baba got to say, I thought he was the best player for Arsenal against Liverpool. Very direct, very dangerous, being the best player for England. I think probably in both of those Tuchel camps, and done himself a lot of favors. He worked so hard, worked so hard. Works so hard, particularly in the shooting and finishing, and it's great to see him get that goal. It's well deserved. Now, it's Saxon Hurst. Cross pass is Madueke, blah, 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 just talk. If you read the reports, gone down, you see when he talks to the guy, no come here, come become anybody cover. He can play. Not as much as I like that, because you see, one of the things we've done the clamor for a long time now, say, Saka no gets competition. So it's more like, if he just be fixed, I will throw him in. Yes. But right now, we have a very decent competition for Saka. It will be very, very healthy. It will make sense. If Madueke can start to the Boston and two goals assists, then the Boston regularly. But I make Saka there for bench, I'm up for that. Because there is no sacred cow here. If Madueke can start to the perform, say, Baba, they buy every week in the Boston, back. You do what Saka they do before for us. Baba, I'm all for that. You know, right, to carry Saka for my head. I'm all for that. So that's why when I see all these arguments, I like it. Let's see how it goes. And it will even help Saka be more fit. Because now we are not overly reliant on Bukayo Saka as we used to. But we are not going to like, nobody going to insult Bukayo Saka. I thought, say, for now, say Madueke is better than him. Madueke has not proven anything to us as Arsenal. For Arsenal, the jury is still out on him. How many goals he don't score? How many assists he don't make? Don't forget that. The jury is still out on him. Let's be very, very objective. So until he does what Saka usually do, replicate what Saka has been doing and even go overboard and do more. Now that time I'll call the talk, say, oh yeah, Saka, let's go take a back, you know, let's go enter bench more. Just like what we are seeing on the left back. Calafuri came in, you get it perform very, very well. So that's why it's starting. Deservedly so. We are running a meritocracy. You get. Nobody say now your job, like say now your birthright. No, you get. So now the angle with me at the see. So now we are coming back. The thing what you do for England, all those direct play, all those we want to see it tomorrow against Nottingham Forest. Make us happy. If they put you first back and score, that's what you are calling for. Because once you start to play for Arsenal, they will use microscope. They scrutinize every little detail about you. Now so it be. So more just watch. Don't be to count to chop. We want to see it. Tomorrow we'll see it. Now moving on. So the Mirror when they give us another report, say Rio Ferdinand, they changed Arsenal Premier League title prediction after just 3 games. Now, before the league starts, Ferdinand say Arsenal will win the league. Now, according to Ferdinand's analysis, Simon Talk say based on how the transfer window take go. So not really because of the 3 games. If you look at the analysis based on the way transfer window take go, for him, Liverpool had the best window. And based on the firepower where they bring come, no lie, Liverpool self, then they prepare come. I think the only team who will be anywhere near Liverpool this season is Arsenal. They've got a great squad, real good depth with who they've brought in. I think they had a good window, and if it comes good, it puts them in a better position. I don't think we'll see anyone else. Anyone you think might be a surprise, like a Chelsea, Newcastle. Chelsea say everybody they write off Manchester City. I think European football hinders them a little bit in that respect. Just the demands it puts on the squad. Yes, anybody they talk about who will win this or who will win that, who will be title contenders. Nobody they mention Man City at all. And I honestly think we shouldn't underrate Man City. Forget maybe they lose against Tottenham Hotspur and Brighton. Baba, the league is a marathon. Anything can still happen. Now, I think you always have to have respect for the champions, no matter who it is. Ferdinand was sending the Daily Mail. Champions normally go into the following season as a team to beat. That's inevitable. That's valid. Now, if you look at the way Liverpool have recruited in the summer, they've had the best window so far. Their intentions were pure and clean and transparent from the get-go. And they managed to execute everything apart from Madueke. If they had got Madueke, I think they would have cleaned up everything, to be honest. And that's a valid point, yes. I know we'll come pretend like something they talk not be true. Liverpool boss well. The defense, Only that Madueke now for give them the perfect cover for every position. You get. So that's why people see the look and say, okay, we still have the best defense, because when push comes to shove, Van Dijk can't get injury. Who go deputize? These are the issues. We now at least, and if they go, Mascara they fall in. If then Van Dijk go now, they fall in. If Magalhaen's go now in Capide, Capide still fall in there. Yeah. Then so these are the depths. Last season, somebody was even telling me, say, Sasus, do you know that Van Dijk played almost all the whole games for Liverpool last season? He had a clean bill of health, no get injury. Fine, this is the new season. What if something can do? If something do Saka, they are still packed. They still get more firepower for front. You get, because they don't play everybody together. They get too many players. Ekitike, Isak, they still get Salah, Kodiga. They are blessed with so much quality players up front. So that's what God do for them. So I don't know what I think about it and reflecting on that, because for me, I think that's a valid point. But this Man City where everybody don't underrate. I can only say, all right, away from that. Now, you remember that thing where Gary Neville they talk about, say, make Bukayo Saka go play on the left. So in right, they shut down that opinion. So the Football Under the Total this report, Ian Wright shuts down Gary Neville as Bukayo Saka position change suggested for Arsenal. Now, here's what Ian Wright asked. So, right when they ask him, say, don't ask me about Saka playing on the left. I'm not even commenting on that. With everything that Saka has done up to this point on the right, you would move him on the left and move Madueke on the right. This is a rhetorical question. We're not supposed to get any answer, because right, they try to let them know, say, what did they talk? You don't even make sense. Like, can you listen to yourself? And surprisingly, I see some Arsenal fans, they say, yes, I support what Gary Neville is saying. Saka will do better on the left. Like, I don't understand. Saka has made a name for some even go as far as saying Saka started on the left. Make I give you that point. Saka started on the left. He moved to the right, made a name for himself on the right. He made the right his home. Now you want to leave that in best position for the right. Saka is our best player. Go carry and go play on the left. When you know say impotency on the left, no go feel they as equal as to when they play on the right. Just like if Madueke they play on the right, his potency is quite higher than when they play on the left. Use that analogy. And you someone could do, like, I don't know. Most times you go be like, say, I don't know how some people look at things, but that's the beauty of a democracy. we all see things differently. And another reason we make, I think, this Ian Wright, no one really supports Gary Neville, because I never even knew Ian Wright was in the room when Gary Neville was making that nonsense suggestion. Ian Wright was in the room. Jamie Carragher and Ian Wright, they oppose that. Now, make a carry on mind go back. When I remember when Ian Wright, they suggest for England when Obama the hot. When the colleague talk say, Ian Wright, Pidgin talk and say, make Saka go play left back, so that Obama go play that right wing. Now remember that year when they compare Saka to Obama, say Obama the hot. You guess? When you say Ian Wright won't collect a lot of backlash. Many Arsenal fans blast her. You get? Many pundits blast her. Even the get within Arsenal when they do that year, we don't even invite her. So now, Ian Wright, they're very careful with what he says. So no wonder I see him say, Bego, I'm not commenting on this. Instead, he can ask a question. Because instead, they're wary of, I don't go talk with you, they will take blast, because it don't really make any sense. I'm talking about competition. Paul Parker was saying Estival is better than Bukayo Saka. I see many Arsenal fans say, CHUKS na true. Estival the bow, Estival na baller. One thing I want to say is, I've asked this question before. Why is it that anytime when they won't compare anybody to show us, say, this person good, they must compare that person with Bukayo Saka? Why is Saka the benchmark? You don't ever sit down and think, if they won't compare Phil Foden, they will compare him to Saka. If they won't show you say Phil Foden good, they will compare him to Saka. If they won't compare Rashford, they will compare him to Saka. If they won't compare who again? If they don't compare this Kopama, when Kopama the hot, they will compare him to Saka. Now they won't compare Estival to show you saying good. Who is the benchmark? Saka. Why? Because that benchmark is better than all of them. Today, where's Rashford? Today, where's Kopama where they hot? When was the last time he scored a goal from competitive play, open play? Where's Kopama today? In the grand scheme of things, Phil Foden, where is he today? Phil Foden won best EPL player, I think maybe 2 seasons ago or thereabouts. Where's Phil Foden today in the grand scheme of things? That fear factor is gone. But Saka still there relevant till tomorrow. Let's say gang matter. You don't get any match Saka they play with one person in the matter. Please mention that match for me. Say that one person, 9 day with time. And you anything they tell you, just believe it. Estival is better than Bukayo Saka. Oh yes, Sanchez and through. What has Estival done? What is his goal and assist contribution to the Premier League? What has he done that made you think yes, it's true? In the whole world, I will tell you, people they will talk about Bukayo Saka in the whole world, but they feel no reach 2. In the whole world, they feel no reach 2. Mention the people. When we say they will come after, they will mention that player from this set. Go and check Bukayo Saka's goal and assist contribution. Even Lamar, go and check Lamar's goal. Nothing to do. Go and check his goal and assist contributions over the years when it starts and when Saka they play. If you tell me say maybe in the future Lamar has maybe an unlimited ceiling based on age, but Baba, only Salah. Now go say Befun. Please put some respect on his name. I know they very, very disrespectful like me. It don't invest me. I don't be like for you again. Now let's move on. Now, based on the agreements with Manchester City get with the FA, so Arsenal don't dodge multi-million PSR hits as Man City settle APT case. You get. Now, you know, say the owners of Arsenal, the Kroenkes, then they borrow Arsenal money and then they put interest. You get. So now what in Manchester City they challenge? So now over 300 and something million. Arsenal have been one of the biggest beneficiaries of these loans, with Kroenkes providing 324 million in funding via shareholder loans till date. Now waiting Man City the challenge. So look at Arsenal. Arsenal don't really get many sponsors where they give them big deals, but their owners they loan them money to run things. And interest no they do on top. If you go collect money for bank, bank no they put interest, and then they give them like infinite years to pay back. Then they claim say now Ojoro Arsenal they do through that way. Everybody get their own way where they follow the Ojoro. That's why they pursue the case. But last, for some reason not known to us, they just from nowhere come and say we have agreed to let the case die. We have taken it out of arbitration. We have now agreed that okay, the law the way it is presently is valid. We make a question, say there must be a catch for you. Somebody doesn't just remove his case from arbitration without any promises. That's why I see they ask, waiting be the verdict of the 115 breaches that the FA had against Manchester City. Yesterday, they say Chelsea don't breach 74. If you never get a result for 115, you not 74, one they get hope about. In fact, I can tell you for free. Last night, they will tell Chelsea to pay fine. In fact, do you know the funny thing? Nobody saying that the FA catch Chelsea, because when they read the report, when they notice it was Clear Lake, the company of Ted Boyle. Now Clear Lake, during when they take over, I think 2022 or thereabouts, now they can find out all these things where Abramovich do. Then say come say which kind of illegality is this? Now then all those breaches, now Chelsea the breaches go give FA say, see what we find though when we take over this club. I beg, make una say, and we know say na breaches with this, but I beg, we know say you know give us any advantage and make you know bring sanctions to us. So by the fact that it was self-reported, maybe the FA would even turn a blind eye. Yes. Now we can't even hear say Hazard before he went to Chelsea, Arsene Wenger wanted to sign him, but Chelsea from nowhere, I don't know how they did maneuver that thing. Chelsea got the player bribery. Because yesterday, but that deal, they bribe agents to ensure that this player goes to Chelsea. Lukaku, same thing. Like yesterday, I couldn't read. See many players who are supposed to go Arsenal to Chelsea from backyard, give the agents some kind of bribe. All that the table. You get so, but no, just see since it was self-reported, I'm not really expecting anything to come out of it. No, just watch and see Adam myself going full. Now, away from that, Nigel Winterborn. How they talk say he get what he notice about Arsenal, so him don't know whether everybody said notice her. Say Mikel Arteta has done a tactical shift we force one Arsenal player come up for the first 11, and he's talking about Lewis-Skelly. Say, I think I know they do inverted again. Because Nigel Winterborn has explained how Mikel Arteta's tactical shift has forced Lewis-Skelly out of the Arsenal starting 11 this season. So the report long. So when you read the entire report, you say, I think Lewis-Skelly plays more inverted into a midfield role. Winterborn told Metro, we've seen this season, Calafili plays a lot wider. Calafili now they add to the attack. Lewis-Skelly, on the other hand, was not adding to the attack. Rather, he was adding to the midfield to add more bodies. So that's why most times, because you say when Lewis-Skelly play, Martinelli is isolated. When Calafili the partnership of just like how Ben White they help out Bukayo Saka, even though they can say they help out Bukayo Saka, so that anybody navigates all those double marking and triple marking. You get now moving on. Winterborn say, I'm just wondering if there's a slight tactical shift. I'm assuming here that Abilities is going to play on the left and maybe play inside slightly. That will create space for Calafili on the outside to overlap and go and square play. Now, Lewis-Skelly started in the midfield in the Arsenal Academy. We all know that. They switched him to left back and he has done tremendously well. When you're at a big club, you're always going to try and improve. You're always looking to make sure your performances are at a high level, but there will always be something they are looking to do with individual players. With Lewis-Skelly, we know he can step up, but we can step up in midfield and drive forward with the ball. Yet we've seen that, which is why people they talk say they won't change in position now to go they play for midfield. Maybe it might be that they want him to go on the outside a little bit more, especially if the wide player steps in. Usually he comes inside. If Gabriel Martinelli is on the outside, you should be working on your game daily. Anyway, I've seen a clip of Lewis-Skelly working on his crossing, so they won't change his style. I think probably will not want to do inverted again. And Baba can emphasize on this point, say the reason Martinelli came up to limelight is that because Calafili was injured. That's why the guy they play. Now they say Calafili don't come back. The expectation is that he's going to be ahead of Lewis-Skelly in the pecking order of left backs. Where does that keep Perio in Capi? Because that one said, now that banner, that one another warrior, you 1v1, you know easy to beat them. And they very, very aggressive and physicality in our water. Yeah, so all these things they make me happy. Say yes, all these options. Now we get them. Now, and slots doing press conference today. So Babakon they explain, because they talk about Isak, say they need to give Isak time. Also, you can talk about Madueke. But say, make it no lie, they wanted to sign Madueke, but it don't really work. It's a pity for the player, it's a pity for them. Liverpool, yeah, so it's quite a pity. So that's what it just happened. Well, let's begin message for one of our sponsors in Mobile Wealth Associates and Co Limited. So they are into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shop protection works. They're also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, call them on +234 80 646422 34, and they're located at number 7 at Kenny Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. So Arteta will do a press conference today, 1:30 p.m. this afternoon. So we'll go give us some information and they wait for the video. Once it comes out, I will look at the transcript. I might do a reaction video to the press conference once it comes out, so that we'll be better informed on the status of our team ahead of the match we won't play tomorrow against Nottingham Forest. Now, the biggest news of the night, of the day rather, now the fact that for Messi will be Arsenal legend. They talk say Arsenal will beat Nottingham Forest 2-0. So now we're in the Siam. See, because at the Postcoglou, normally they will say they like to play attacking football and there will be so much acres of space to exploit. And with that being said, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show an end. So come your way later in the evening. So thanks for tuning in and get the rest of your day. Now get guys. Ciao. Good weekend.